Welcome to the Transformational Soul Show with your host, Ruth Soltman. Are you ready to experience more stability in your life? You can change your life and be who you are meant to be, your authentic self.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Transformational Soul. I am Ruth Soltman, and I want to thank you so much for being here this evening. We are streaming live right now on Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, and X. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I appreciate it if you are watching the replay in the future. Please hit the thumbs up and like buttons, and please share and retweet the show and the show information. I greatly appreciate that. And please say hello if you're out there watching or listening, because I would love to hear from you. Please check out my website, ruthsoltman.com. That's RUTH, S as in Sam, OL, T as in Tom, M as in Mary, A, N as in Nancy.com. And you can go to my website and find out all about my books and how to order them, find out about my services and my oracle cards. And then also there's links on there for how you can order those as well. So I hope you will check that out. Goldylocks Productions is on, we have a group on Telegram, and it's absolutely wonderful. It was really nice to be able to stay in communication with a lot of you over the holiday break. We post on there daily, sometimes hourly. I mean, there's a lot of chat going on. So I hope you guys will check that out and come over there and join us if you haven't already. And don't forget about the Goldylocks Oracle cards. Mine are buried here with my stuff, or else I would get them out and show you, but I'm sure you have seen them before. They're absolutely beautiful, and they were created by all of us show hosts. So check those out. There's a direct link where you can order them right to your home. And I want to say congratulations to Carol Ann Carey of In the Psychic Flow. Today is the 5th anniversary of her show. So way to go, Carol Ann. So be sure to check out her show tomorrow night so that you can congratulate her on this amazing milestone. So wonderful. I want to wish a very happy birthday to Marsha Morse, who is usually watching somewhere over there on Rumble. She celebrated her birthday on Monday, and to everyone celebrating a birthday this week. And let's send out some love, light, and healing energy to all who are in need. Let's send some extra to Robin McGuire and her son, who are both recovering from surgery, to Carol Ann's daughter, Carrie, and to Veronica. If you would like to give a tip or donation, you can do that via my Venmo, a Rumble rant, or a super chat or super sticker on YouTube. And the Rumble rant, obviously, is on Rumble. Your tips and donations are very much appreciated. And thanks to all of you who donated last month. It covered my show costs for this month. So I am very, very grateful. This Saturday, please join us live at 8 p.m. Eastern for the Spiritual Message Circle. Now, it is the first one of the new year. So for a small donation of $20 or more, if you would like, you will get a message from each of the show hosts that are available that night. It's always a fun show. It's always very entertaining. And even if you don't want to come on and get a paid message, I guarantee you're going to hear information that resonates for you. And you're going to come away feeling like, wow, that message was meant for me. So, try and join us if you've never joined us before for that, because I think you will really, really enjoy it and get a lot out of it. So about a week and a half ago, we're about a week and a half into the new year now, right? So how has the new year been treating you? I'm really curious to see what kinds of experiences everyone else has been having. Because there's been a lot going on in the world, a lot of stuff, like crazy stuff. And any energy that is put out there ripples and touches all of us in one way or another. So we've had a tsunami. We've had like tsunami-like waves in California, earthquakes all over the place. A school incident in Iowa. I can't even talk. Iowa. A hotel explosion in Fort Worth, Texas. That happened yesterday. Reported alien beings at a mall in Miami. A lot of things that have been reported in the skies as well. Different things. Now, I don't even watch the news. This is just what I have picked up on from social media. And from, when other people see things or hear things, they like to tell other people. So I hear it from people as well. But most of it has been stuff I've just picked up casually on social media. What on earth is going on? I mean, it seems crazy. Now, the point of all of this and me mentioning all these things is that it doesn't matter what's going on out there, around you, out there. The important thing is what is going on inside of you. Inside of you. Are you freaking out about things? Are you hanging on every news article about chaos? Is it causing fear in your life? Is it causing doubt in your life? Hopefully not, because fear is paralyzing and it will keep you from moving forward, moving anywhere in your life. Fear will paralyze you and keep you in one place. So don't buy into any of that stuff. Keep your inner calm, that inner peace. Be like the eye, be the center, the eye, which is the center of the hurricane. That's where it's calm and still, even though that hurricane is going on around it. So no matter what is going on out there, remain centered, remain balanced, and don't let anything throw you off course. You've been doing so much important work, healing work, remembering your purpose work, all sorts of things, expanding your gifts work. And you don't want anything that's going to become an obstacle or create a doubt for you. So remain centered and balanced. Now, everyone has an opinion of worldly events, right? But they're just that. They're someone's opinion. Things that we hear, see, read are not always true. We can do so much with photos and videos and sound recordings nowadays that we couldn't have done, 20 or 30 years ago. So you just have to be very mindful of what you are seeing and hearing and experiencing. But someone else's opinion is just that. It's someone's opinion is spoken from their own perspective, and their perspective on life and on the world is not the same as yours. You know truth. You know the truth because it resonates with you. So don't let other people talk you into their story or their version of it. Take what resonates and leave the rest. There's just like with religions, there's a little bit of truth in each one. It might not be all 100%, but take what you can use and leave the rest behind. We don't always need to know things, but most of the time we're curious and we want to know things. But when we buy into other people's stories, it creates drama, it creates doubt, it creates fear, and things like that. And this creates further obstacles for us to overcome. Just let that stuff go. Don't buy into it. Don't let people feed it to you because you know truth when you hear it. And what we can do, in different situations, like when there's terrible tragedies, we can send out love, we can send light, we can send healing energy to those places and to all those who are in need. We don't need to know exactly who they are or exactly what they need because spirit knows. The energy knows. It knows where to go and it knows what to do. So stay focused, stay centered, keep your intentions clear because you've already done the healing work, right? Like weeding your spiritual garden. You have been feeding it with unconditional self-love, self-care, clear focus. Just like the sun and the nutrients feed your physical garden, these things are what feed your spiritual garden. And your crops have been growing. Remember all the stuff you went through last year and all the stuff that you released and let go of, right? So you have been growing those crops. You have been weeding those crops. The time is coming to harvest all that you have planted and all that you have been working on. Abundance is on the way to you. Have no doubt at all and no fear. Sometimes we're afraid of things going, our way or being so wonderful and great. And I'm really not sure where that fear comes from. But sometimes people feel like, wow, if something this amazing, this wonderful is happening to me, something equally as negative or bad is going to happen. No, you deserve all the good that is coming for you. And it is coming for you. And it is coming for you very, very soon. So keep on doing what you are doing. Keep releasing all that stuff that does not belong to you. Keep doing your healing work. I know a lot of people that I've talked to, in the last 6 months have been doing some very deep, deep inner work. And it's been transforming them. And that is so amazing. And one of the really exciting things about that is that going forward, all of those issues that they have worked on and released, there's not going to affect them anymore. Little things aren't going to come up and trigger them anymore. To make them feel all those same feelings again from when that situation first occurred. Because that's what will happen. These triggers will come up because they show us where we need healing. And things that trigger us are not usually exactly what hurt us in the first place, right? But it's something else, and it will trigger that same kind of pain or anger or grief or resentment or whatever it is that you haven't healed. So healing is very, very important. And forgiveness work. No one's saying that all this stuff is easy to do, but the more you do it and you start feeling the benefits of it, the more you're going to want to do it. It's kind of like exercising, right? Most people don't say, I can't wait to start exercising, or I can't wait to get to the gym. But when your body starts feeling the effects and how good it makes your body feel when you do work out, then you want to do it more. So it's kind of like, the same type of thing. The more stuff you start purging, the more stuff you're going to want to purge and get rid of, because it feels so amazing. You feel so much lighter. You feel so much freer. You're not bound by all of those, chains of the burdens of things that have happened to you in the past. They don't affect you anymore. And it's an amazing way to move forward in your life. Feeling lighter, feeling freer, and not even having those things enter your mind anymore. Because once you heal them and that, those feelings aren't there anymore that bother you, that trigger you, situations can come up again, and it's not going to trigger you or affect you in any way because those wounds have been healed. You didn't just put a Band-Aid over it and try to move on. You actually ripped that Band-Aid off, did all the hard work, and healed that wound. So it's going to change everything for you now and into the future. And it changes the past in a way such that, when you've forgiven people for things that have happened and you realize there's a lesson in everything, and you can see that lesson and consider that lesson a blessing, it makes the healing that much more profound. It really does. You go from that feeling of, oh, why is this happening to me? I don't understand, to, wow, thank you. This was actually a gift, because look at what I got from it. Look at what I learned from it. Look at how I grew from it. Because every one of those experiences that we have, we grow and we evolve, unless you stay in that place, that hurt place, for the rest of your life. Now, some people do, because they can't move past things, or they don't want to. Maybe they get comfortable in that place and they have no desire to heal and move on. And there are some people out there that are like that. And it's really sad, because there's such a profound sense of freedom and authenticity when you are able to move past those things. Let's see who is here tonight. Hello, Robert. Nice to see you, Robert. And Richard. Hello, Richard. Hello, Joyce. Nice to see you here. Welcome, Jan. Nice to have you back. Hello, Sarah. Nice to see you too. Okay, let's see. Richard, have a great night at work, Richard. Thank you so much for joining us and stopping by. And, just when we have this healing work to do, it's not like we're going to go the rest of our lives and nothing is ever going to happen, that we misinterpret or that we feel hurt or we feel something that we don't like. However, it's a little bit different once you have your eyes wide open and you can see something as a lesson. And when you look at it from a different perspective, you can see how things had to unfold the way that they did in order for you to learn what it is you needed to learn, and possibly for the other people involved to learn what they needed to learn too. So, always try to see the lesson in everything. I know it's sometimes it's like when you feel like someone is wrong to you, you're like, I can't wait for karma to come and get them. It's going to be so nice. And we don't always see that with another person. We don't always, but I'll tell you, karma always does its job. Always. Now, let's say someone stole $50 from you. That doesn't necessarily mean that person's going to get $50 stolen from them. However, when karma comes a knocking, it's going to have the same feelings, the same effect on them as what you experienced. So it might have to be something much more substantial than someone stealing $50 in order for them to get the lesson as, you got it with a smaller example. If that makes sense to you guys. But karma always does. Now, sometimes when we can see, there's like situations in the world where we can see karma in action. And that's always really nice to know that it's there. So we don't have to worry about like getting even with someone or taking revenge, none of that stuff, because the universe will take care of that for us. Once we release it and let it go, it can be gone. It does not need to come back. It does not need to haunt us, to bother us, to burden us, nothing. Now, this doesn't mean that, you do say we've done all this healing work lately. Oh, I've got nothing else to heal. I'm good. I'll be good now until I go to my grave. Probably not. There are probably going to be situations in life that pop up that, now that you're a little bit more enlightened, it's not going to be so much that, oh, look what they did to me. Oh, they hurt me. It's going to be more of maybe a misunderstanding, miscommunication. So be mindful of your words. And when people speak to you, listen to them. Actually hear what people are saying. If you guys have to put your phones down for a couple minutes, do that, because I know there's some people that have that phone glued to their face, right? Constantly on their phone. And if someone tries to have a conversation, they don't hear anything. They might, yeah, okay. But they don't actually hear it. So really be mindful of that. Be more aware of what you're putting out there and what you are taking in. Because it makes a huge, huge difference. Huge difference. Now, talking about all this crazy stuff that's been going on, there has been some very, very intense energy lately. And I have noticed it a lot. Today was extremely intense energy for me. Now, I checked that Schumann resonance a lot. And right now, it is at 56. It's at 56. And I think it was a little higher a couple days ago, maybe. But it is right before the show, I got this surge of energy right in like my chest. And it was very, very strong. It felt like almost like it was hard to breathe. So I feel like somebody out there, because it was when I started tapping into the energy of the show, I'm thinking about the people on the show and all of that. So I know that that's where it's coming from, because I know it's not anything of mine, because I haven't had it all day, and it started right when I tuned into mentally and spiritually tuned into the show. So somebody out there, I feel like you have a very heavy heart, like something is weighing on your heart very, very heavily. And you need to let that go, because that is not good for you. Not good at all. We need to release anything that is not for our best and highest good. And let me tell you, Marsha Culver's show on, well, she didn't have her show on Monday, but a week ago, she had a raffle. And on her show, I won a song from her. And so she sent me the song, and she said, and this just like cracks me up, because she said it was something to help me like get in the right mindset. I forget how she worded it, for meditating and to help me relax. So my 3-year-old granddaughter Judy is laying next to me last night, and I put it on because I was really anxious to hear it. And it's probably 2-3 minutes long, maybe a little longer, I'm not sure. And so I'm listening to it, and the next thing I know, Judy's shaking me, going, Grandma, your song is over. I'm like, what? Like, it put me in such a state of relaxation. It was absolutely amazing. So I really wanted to share that with you guys. So last week I had told you guys that there was a couple of weird things that happened to me over the break, and I couldn't remember what they were. And right after the show, of course, I remembered one. It was about 2:30 in the morning, and me and my son were sitting outside. Yeah, I know, 2:30 in the morning. We couldn't sleep that night for some reason. And so we're sitting on the porch, and it was a beautiful night. It wasn't too cold or anything. And it was like so quiet in the neighborhood because it's 2:30 in the morning. So who's really going to be up? And we heard this sound. Now, I do not know what it was, but what it sounded like was, you know, one of those big drums, and people just take something and hit it really hard, and it like vibrates everywhere, but it's loud, and you can hear that vibration in it. That's what it sounded like. Only it sounded like it was like the size that a dinosaur would use. It sounded ginormous. And we heard it, and he's like, well, I'm not going to repeat exactly what he said, but he's like, what was that? I'm like, I don't know. So we sat there for a few minutes waiting to see if it was going to happen again. Nothing. And then it happened again. And I'm like, holy crap, what is that? So I get out my phone. I'm like, I'm going to record it. I'm going to record it because no one's going to believe me. And maybe if I record it, I can actually figure out what it is, because it's like it happened so fast that you can't think fast enough to figure out what it is. So I get my phone out and I push video, and I'm just waiting for it to come and happen and happen and happen. And it never happened again. So I don't know what it was, but it was very loud, and it really was a strange, unusual sound, something that I haven't heard before. Not like that anyway. So I really haven't put my finger on quite what it was, but I'm really curious to see if it might happen again. Another thing that was happening was I was seeing a lot of, I don't know what you would call them, but like, maybe like shadowy figures. That sounds kind of dark, and they weren't. But you know how you can it would be like, say, like a cat ran across your grass. It was like that fast. And so like by the time it's past you, it's too late to see what it is. But that happened several times. But that sound was just like really bizarre because there was nothing that we could debunk it with. We couldn't figure out, what it could have been. But if I do recall, right before that, we saw, well, what we thought might have been fireworks. So there was like a light, and then we heard that sound, if I remember correctly. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty weird. But like I've been thinking about it a lot the last week, just trying to figure out, what it could have been. Hello, Samir. Nice to see you. Jan says, wonder if the sound was vibrations from polar shift. I've heard and felt those things too, sounds and shadows, in the last couple of weeks. See, something's going on. Something's going on. And I think a lot of things might be trying to get our attention. I think it's easier for other energies to cross over, for us to experience. So I think that's, possibly something else too. I have seen, I don't know. I almost feel like, like sometimes in the movies when they're like in a time loop or something, and like somebody could be sitting right to my right, and all of a sudden I'll turn to talk to them and they're gone, and they're in another room, but they never got up and left. That type of situation, I've had quite a few of those, and they just kind of leave you scratching your head. So, things like that are very cool. And, that's just been stuff that I've been experiencing. Jan, thank you so much for your donation. I got your PayPal donation. I greatly appreciate that. And I put you down on my list, and I'll give you a message first in a few minutes when I start with that. So I greatly appreciate that. And anyone else who may like a message tonight, please put that into the comments. I'd be happy to do that. I do hope that if you guys are having any unique experiences, that you will share those too. So I saw a question in a group, and it said, have you noticed lately that the moon has disappeared? And my first thought was, that sounds a little crazy to me. And I never really totally dismiss something when someone says it, because how do I know what they're experiencing? I don't. So I went outside that night, of course, but it was cloudy. And what I have noticed is I see the moon more in the morning than I do at night lately. I don't know if anybody else has experienced anything different about that, but please share if you have, because I would love to hear that. And the nights that I remember, like when I go outside to look for it, it's not like in this. I think maybe one thing is that it doesn't seem to be in the same place that it usually is. Sarah said, LOL, I had that happen at the store. I was talking to Anthony and turned around and he's not there, but another person. So I said to that person, oh, you're not my husband, LOL. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I love that, Sarah. Oh, yeah, I know. It's almost like they like blip out, or they bleep out or whatever, and just like hop in and out. It's just funny. But I've had that happen to me like 3 times at home, just in my casual day. And it just makes me laugh because I know it's not just, me. I know that because I usually am pretty well aware of what I see and stuff like that. They giggled with me, but quickly walked away from me, Sarah. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, that is so funny. I love that. I absolutely love that. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and get started on some messages. And if I feel any more information. Oh, I do have more. Thanks for reminding me. So when I was a kid, I had to have been very young, maybe like 7 or 8. I'm not sure. So back then, we didn't have like our own style of music that we listened to. We listened to whatever our parents listened to, blah, blah, blah. Well, I wanted a CD, or not a CD. Yeah, a CD player for Christmas. So I got a CD player for Christmas. And my mom and dad got me this CD. No. It was a cassette. I'm sorry. Cassette. I knew that didn't sound right. A cassette tape. And it was all these oldies songs from like the 50s, which is, of course, what they loved because that's what they grew up on. So I'm like, okay, so there were songs on there like Shake, Rattle, and Roll. I can't remember other ones, and I don't remember who sang these songs, but there's a song on there called The Great Pretender. I woke up this morning, and that song has been going through my head all day long. So somebody who is out there in internet land that is either watching this or listening to this or will be is pretending to be someone that they're not. So the message I am supposed to give to you, because you know who you are, is to take off that mask. Take off that mask that you're wearing and be you. Don't pretend to be something that you're not to please other people. You will never, ever, ever please yourself if you do that. You can't change yourself into being what someone else wants. You have to be you. And we are all our own unique individual people. No two of us are the same, not even twins. So you have to find your own path. You can't let anyone walk that path for you, and you can't walk someone else's path for them. Sometimes you may have friends or family members that try to sway you in one direction. Maybe it's for, like, say, a career. Maybe they think they want you to be this or do that, blah, blah, blah. But your heart is not in it, and it does not set your soul on fire. You need to find what does. You need to find what does. You cannot live your life for someone else. You have to live it for yourself. Okay. I'm going to start with Jan. And I saw on Facebook, Jan, that you started a new hobby. And I'm so excited for you. Ooh, I love your cards. Okay, the first one, embrace your power. You have no idea how powerful you are, Jan. You absolutely don't. You have so much within you. You are capable of everything that you want to do. And you know what the other card you got is? Manifesting dreams. It says, my dreams are coming true. And they are. And on some level, you know exactly what you want. On another level, you're kind of like, well, maybe. I'm not so sure. You have doubt. Don't have doubt. Put out those crystal clear intentions, because you've been doing a lot of work. You've been making a lot of changes in your life. And I'm so proud of you for doing that, because it's not always easy, right? It's not always easy to make major life changes. And you've been doing that. So you should be very proud of yourself. And the other card I got, look at this, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. It doesn't matter if nobody else in the world believes in you. You have to believe in yourself. That's all that matters. Your opinion of Jan is the only opinion that counts. That is the only one that counts. So don't ever worry about, anybody else's approval or permission or anything like that. You do what Jan wants and what's best for Jan. That is the way to be your true, authentic self. Awesome, Jan. So just believe in yourself and know that you can do everything that you want. It's all just right there waiting for you. All you got to do is grab it. So I hope that resonates with you, Jan. Okay. And see what we have for Sarah. Sarah. I'm still laughing about what you said, Sarah. I'm just picturing that in the grocery store. It's just funny. I mean, I wonder how, like, I don't know if I would have the same reaction, though, and to quickly move away from you. But, I mean, I would see people talking to themselves all the time, walking down the street, talking to themselves. And then you get sometimes in the store and there'll be someone next to you talking. And you're like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. And you see that they have like the Bluetooth or whatever. And that makes you feel like, oh, well, I guess I should have just ignored them. But it just cracks me up. Jan says, was feeling so lost with my move and just decided to let it go and all is well. Thank you. You are so welcome. See, you just have to take that first step. And now look, everything's different and everything's amazing. That is so exciting. I'm so happy to hear that. Okay, Sarah, cherishing self. And it says, I love and, what does it say? I accept and love myself. For some reason, it's not getting very clear for me to read it. Okay. So, a little bit more self-love, Sarah. A little bit more. And I know you've been doing a lot of cleaning out, right? Cleaning out the clutter, the spiritual clutter, the mental clutter, getting rid of it all and purging it. And that's so amazing. You've been doing so much work. And you should be very proud of yourself. They're very proud of you. I'm very proud of you. And it should make you feel really good about yourself. And that helps you to love and accept yourself even more. Now, it says, I accept and love myself. We have to accept ourselves and accept everything about ourselves, right? Because we're like the whole package, right? And it gives you a very different energy to parts of you, like whether it's your spiritual parts, your physical parts. When you are not accepting of them, that creates a not very good energy, right? And it creates a blockage and it creates an obstacle. So you want to keep all of that open. You don't want to create any kind of obstacles. So instead of saying like, oh, I hate my arms or I hate this about my body, love and accept everything. And you will find how that will change so much. It will change how you see yourself. So, and that's like that for all of us. But they want you to cherish yourself more, Sarah. Realize how wonderful you are. And, that movie, my favorite Christmas movie just came to mind. It's a Wonderful Life, where, what's his name? George Bailey, I believe, gets to find out what life would have, like, it's hard to explain this. I don't want to say his life if he wasn't there, but if he hadn't have been born, how different the lives of all the people that he knew would have been. Because you don't realize how many lives you touch. And no matter how small of a thing touches that life, it sends out ripples. I mean, every time I watch that movie, I just get chills because there are so many little things that might happen throughout your life. And then when you watch this movie, it has this huge impact because those small, little, tiny things were things like that saved someone's life, that, just major things. But at the time, there was something so minuscule. And that's how it is, in your life. And, you don't realize all these little things that you do that have a huge impact on the people in your life. So keep on loving yourself more. Show yourself a little bit more pampering, just be really nice to yourself because you really deserve it. Sarah said, thank you. That resonates 100%. I've been putting off doing things for me. This is validation. It's time for me again. Yes, it is. And it should always be time for you. We all need that me time, every single day. And Tiffany said, Sarah, you are beautiful inside and out. Yes, you are, Sarah. You most certainly are. Okay. Now, who else would like a message? We still have plenty of time. Oh, I'm going to get a message for Richard because I know he had to go to work. Let's see. I don't even remember what cards I was pulling now. Okay, Richard. It says starting fresh. A wonderful new beginning is blossoming in my life. Now, you know why this is so cool? Because I've heard a lot of messages that you've been getting lately, and they are about new things coming into your life. They are about starting fresh. And I love this picture. Look at this picture. It's beautiful. So there are so many new things on the horizon for you. You are another one who has been constantly growing and changing and evolving. Like, you are not the same person you were a year ago, Richard. So much has changed. And it's going to keep on changing because there are so many good things coming your way, Richard. So I hope that resonates with you. Sam, let's see what we have for you. Ooh. Let's see. Planting seeds. Seeds of grace are being planted in the fertile soil of my soul. And I really like this card because this is what I was talking about in the beginning. How we have been planting those seeds in our spiritual garden. Planting those seeds of love and forgiveness. And now is that time when we're going to start to harvest all of that stuff. So continue to do your healing work, Sam. Continue. And I like this other card that I got for you. Face your adversaries. Face your adversaries. Anything that you feel like may be holding you back from doing what you want to do, being where you want to be, being who you want to be, you have to face that and come to terms with it and let it go. So it could be a situation that's holding you back. It could be a person. It could be, finances. It could be where you live. It could be, a ton of different things. A lot of times we'll find something in our life that we will use as an excuse to hold us back from doing something, because when you get right down to it, that's not the reason that we're holding ourselves back, but it's something else. Maybe it's a fear of the unknown. Maybe it's, not wanting change in your life. It could be a number of things, and it's different for everybody. So, only you would know that and be able to figure that out. So, just know that you've been planting the seeds, and it's getting almost time to harvest them. And I see a lot of abundance coming for you this year as well. So I hope that resonates with you, Sam. Joyce, of course. Of course. Okay. Ooh. Joyce. Aw. The angels want you to know that they are always there for you, Joyce. It says, receiving from angels. Shimmering wings of angels embrace me with love. And I know that you're very, very sensitive to energy. And being in just the right relaxation point, or hold on, I'm still here. My sweet little dog decided to take a leap and Well, you see what happened. Okay, so Joyce, where was I? And when you are just right in that right complete mindset or relaxation point, you can feel that loving energy. You can feel it. So, always know that. I can remember many times when I would be meditating and I could feel like angel like wrap its arms, its wings, whatever around me and feel the love and the comfort. And it was absolutely amazing. I mean, it can like make you tear up because it's so intense. It's pretty awesome. And embrace your power. You are so powerful. And a lot of times we're afraid of our own power. We don't want to offend people. We don't want to, we feel like we're stepping, places where we shouldn't or whatever. Embrace that power, Joyce. You have it for a reason. You have the gifts you have for a reason. It's not just because, they felt like throwing them around that they gave them to you. You have your own gifts, unique gifts for a reason. So as you're unpacking that treasure chest of gifts, make sure you unpack all of them. Because a lot of time we we'll take out a few and we'll leave the rest buried. A lot of times we do that. We all, from time to time. But make sure you get to the bottom of everything because we've been given so many amazing gifts. And a lot of times I think we forget that. Maybe we can do one thing really, really well. And we're like, well, that's my gift. Okay. So I don't have to worry about it. I know what my gift is now. I can paint, I can paint like a big famous artist. So I'm done. I don't have to look any further. Dig deeper, because you have more gifts, Hello, Kim. Nice to see you. So I hope that resonated with you, Joyce. And now we have, Robert. So we have for Robert. So I will tell you, it's been really chilly here. I'm in Texas, just like the Houston area, and it's been really chilly for like the last month. When I say chilly, like I have to wear a jacket, which I really don't care to do. Sometimes I even have to wear shoes because my feet will get too cold because I like to go barefoot. And a couple of times I could see my breath outside. It was that cold. So I'm like, we've had it weird though because it was really cold. And then we had a wind that blew in and it was warm. It was a warm wind. We don't usually get that. But then it turned cold like within 2 hours, like bitter cold. So I'm sitting there this morning and I'm thinking, I'm going to check the weather for next week. I bet you it's got to warm up one of these days, right? No. Our nighttime temperature is going to be our daytime temperature next week, Monday and Tuesday. It's going to be cold. So I just wanted to share that. I'm not very excited. Because I'm not don't do very well in the cold weather. Last minute check-in. Hi, Devin. Nice to see you. Hope you're having a great day. Did the snow ever stop? Devin had posted he was getting snow and Joyce got some snow. Joyce said, so very true. Thank you. Angels surround me and I can feel it. The warmth, exactly as you explained. I can feel all of what you are saying. That is awesome. Kim said, frost hold on golf course 2 days in a row and windy tonight. Sometimes the cold isn't too bad if it's perfectly still outside. But normally here, when it's cold, we have a very brisk breeze. Okay. I mean, sometimes it's such a brisk breeze that it knocks over lawn furniture. But we don't get those kind of breezes in the summertime. Let me just tell you that when it's 100 degrees or 110, it's kind of funny. Dog, you are in trouble. Knock it off. Okay. So now we have Robert. What do we have for Robert? Okay, Robert. This is interesting. Speak up. What is it that you are not saying that you need to be saying? Something that you need to be saying. And the other card says, standing firm. I am noble, brave, and strong. Yes, you are. So, you're supposed to stand firm and speak up. So, whatever it is that you are not vocalizing, that you are not communicating to someone, you need to. Now, maybe it's something that you're not communicating well enough with yourself. I know that might sound a little funny or odd, but a lot of times, we can talk ourselves into things that, our head tells us to talk ourselves into. Even though in our gut, in our intuition, we know that's not the decision we should be making. So maybe it's a conversation you have to have with yourself, Robert. Maybe you're not speaking up to yourself enough about what you really want in your life. So, only you can decide that for yourself and figure that out for yourself. But whatever it is that you're needing to speak up and say, you need to get it out. Now, maybe that had something to do with all that energy I was feeling here, because now that energy is gone and it's comfortable. For a while there, it felt like it was going to be hard to breathe. And I've only experienced that one other time on my show. And it was a long, long, long time ago, like towards the very beginning. Just as I got on my show, somebody's energy hit me like a ton of bricks. And I felt like I couldn't breathe. And then after a little while, it went away. I think it was after that person was no longer watching the show or something. That's how I figured it out. But you could really be sensitive to other people's energy sometimes. So I don't know if that was yours or not, Robert, but it feels a lot clearer and better than it did. So whatever it is you need to speak up about, please do. Jan said, Ruth, treat yourself to some Ugg boots. I have snow too. Yeah, my granddaughter told me today, she says, well, my friend so-and-so says we're going to have snow next week. It's very unlikely. Is it impossible? Nothing is impossible, but it's very unlikely. I've lived here in Texas since 2010, and we have had snow one time, not right where I was, but quite a bit further north. And that was one time in 14 years. So is it going to happen? I don't know. It could. Okay, let me get a card for Devin and get one for Kim. Okay, let's see what we got. Devin. Taking action. Devin, I enthusiastically embrace life's boundless possibilities. And isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? Life has endless, boundless possibilities. Everything is possible. So if there's something in particular you are thinking about doing, Devin, it's time to take action. Hello, Chi. I would love to give you a message. Did you want a message? Kim. Because we have a few more minutes. Kim. So Kim, 2 cards popped or flipped over for you. One is about accepting what is. I accept and embrace my inner majesty. Accept what is. I like that. Accept what is. And the other one is about healing the past. I step into my future with strength and clarity. And you will step into your future with strength and clarity because you've done all of this healing of the past. And that stuff is no longer going to affect you. So what you've actually done is you've healed yourself now and into the future. because those same things are not going to keep affecting you. So I hope that resonates with you, Kim. Okay, Chi. Let me get you a card. You're welcome, Robert. Oh, Devin says calling for 5 to 10 inches for Friday. Oh, I don't miss that. I have to tell you. The snow looks beautiful. You're welcome, Devin. The snow does look beautiful when it's coming down, and it just blankets everything. And it's so pretty, especially at night, and how it glistens. And when you walk outside, you can smell that freshness, and it just puts something into the air that wasn't there before. And there's such a quiet, calm stillness in the air when you get snow. And that's the beautiful part of it. The shoveling in the dirty snow and the driving in it, I don't care to do anymore. I've driven through blizzards, not fun. I've driven like 5 miles, 5 hours on the freeway in a blizzard, not fun. You can go like 35 miles an hour at the most. Takes you forever to get anywhere. Okay, Chi, here are the cards I got for you. Awakening Ancient Wisdom. It says, deep inner knowing is emerging within me. And you have to dig deep to figure out who you are. You have to dig deep to do that healing. But I love this where it says, awakening ancient wisdom. There's a lot of ancient wisdom that is within you. There are a lot of gifts that are within you that are starting to awaken. You may have discovered some of them, but I guarantee you there are more that you haven't. So, take a look inside. Try some meditation will really help with that, with relaxing your mind and your thoughts so that information and messages can come through to you. That helps a lot. And they're wanting you to reevaluate your priorities. What is really, really the most important thing to you right now that you want to get accomplished? That's what you need to be focusing on. And that's what you need to put out those clear intentions for. Because when you send that energy out into the universe, the universe is going to match it and send that back to you. So you have to be very clear with what intention you are putting out there, because be prepared to get it. So I can't even believe that it's already been an hour. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I will see you next week. I love you all. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show.